Hello. Let us start. Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Actually, one person I want to talk with, that person Pallav. Whether he is online or not. Pallav. Pallav Mishra, please come online.
Yes, sir.
What's your roll number?
Sir, 163.
Yes. Actually, I was not getting your. Okay. So now let us start. Every person getting the voice. Today.
Yes, sir.
Today actually I want to discuss a very important issue. Particularly that issue is very relevant in Hindu. So I will request all of you to come through video because I want to sketch down in order to explain the serpent relationship. So, but when the time will come, please be online and come through the video. Otherwise, it is not possible for you just to see that how the sketch is being drawn, particularly in relation to serpent relation. So I just want to refresh your memory regarding the last class. In the last class, I think that we were discussing the essential requirement for a valid marriage. In this regard, I have just discussed the first essential requirement, and it is called as a monogamy. The second one discussed yesterday, it is categorized as a valid consent for the marriage. The third one, that is the age. So these three conditions for a valid marriage, I have discussed it. Now today I am proceeding further. Apart from that three, another is fourth one. It is, I think that I have already pointed out, the fourth one is that the party should not be within the degree of relationship. If the marriage solemnized and the parties to the marriage, if they are in the private relationship, the marriage has been categorized as a void marriage. Where it is written it is a void marriage, because the condition is laid down in the section 5, subsection 4. If you go through that, you will get that this is essential requirement that party should not be in a prohibited relationship. If they are within the prohibited relationship, naturally that marriage has been categorized as a void marriage. Section 5 only telling that prohibition is being made, prohibited degree of relationship, they cannot marry. But the consequence is given in the section 11. Go through the section 11. In the section 11, it is written that if there is a condition, violation of the condition of section 5, subsection 1, section 5, subsection 4, section 5, subsection 5. So if violation of these conditions, then what will be the fate of marriage? it has been provided that the fate of marriage will be that marriage shall be categorized as a void marriage. Now, what is the meaning of prohibited relationship? It is provided in your Hindu Marriage Act. Degree of prohibited relationship has been explained. Particularly the class I am pointing out, degree of prohibited relationship, this is G. So you can get 3G, where the degree of prohibited relationship has been explained. Here what is the meaning of degree of prohibited relationship? What is written, two persons said to be within the degree of prohibited relationship. The first one, if one is lineal ascendant of the other. The second one, if one was the wife or husband of the lineal ascendant or descendant of the other. The third one, if one was the wife of the brother, father's mother's brother, grandfather, grandmother's brother of the other. The fourth one, if the two are the brother or sister, uncle, niece, aunt, nephew, children of the brother, children of the two brothers, children of the sisters, children of two brothers, children of two sisters, they are not allowed to marry. I just want to explain that here prohibited degree of relationship, it is being provided that these persons are not permitted under the Hindu law to marry with each other. And here, the first part is that one is lineal ascendant of other. What is the meaning of lineal ascendant? Lineal ascendant, lineal means this is direct line. Ascendant means he is directly coming in the category of the father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, so on and so forth. So here marriage is prohibited. One is not allowed to marry with the lineal ascendant. Lineal ascendant here means he is not allowed to marry with the line of the father. In the line of the father, he is not allowed to marry with the father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, so on and so forth. And there is no any limit. There is no any limit. So a person cannot marry with these relationships. So this is the first prohibition which is made. And the reason of the first prohibition is that one cannot allow to marry within same blood. Father containing the same blood, grandfather containing the same blood, great-grandfather containing the same blood, and great-great-great-grandfather also containing the same blood. So one is not allowed to marry. The second, one is not allowed to marry with the husband or the wife of lineal ascendant or lineal descendant. Here, I want to draw your attention. Here again the word same, lineal ascendant or lineal descendant. Lineal means direct. Ascending line I have provided. Ascending means father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, and so on and so forth. Descending, son, grandson, great-grandson, great-great-grandson, and so on and so forth in the lower down. So what is prohibited under this category? The prohibition is made under this category that one is not allowed to marry with the lineal wife or husband of the lineal ascendant or descendant. Lineal ascendant's wife means father's wife. Lineal ascendant's wife means grandfather's wife, great grandfather's wife, great grandfather's wife. So here they are not actually allowed to marry. Similarly, also, one is not allowed to marry with the lineal descendant. Descendant means this is lower line. Lower line means son, grandson, great grandson, great and great grandson. So one is not allowed to marry the wife or husband, and here wife only, wife of the son, wife of grandson, wife of great grandson, and wife of great and great grandson. So this is actually the category which is given. Here the word is husband or wife of lineal ascendant or descendant. So far as the wife of lineal descendant, here the coming categories: wife of the son, grandson, great grandson, great grandson, so on and so forth. And husband, husband means and lineal descendant of husband, daughter's husband. One is not allowed to marry with the daughter's husband, granddaughter's husband, great granddaughter's husband, and great granddaughter's husband. Similarly, also, if you proceed towards the wife, husband of the lineal ascendant, it means one is not allowed to marry with the wife, with the husband of the mother, with the husband of grandmother, with the husband of great grandmother. So this is the prohibition, and here prohibition is made that one is not allowed to marry with the husband or the wife of husband or the wife of. Now here the question is, suppose we are getting back to the 30 generation. Here no limit is prescribed. So even the 30 relation, if you are going back by 30 relation, 30 is a degree. So we cannot say that our generation contains only 30 generations. Yes, this earth is very old. And you cannot get that after 30 generation, you will get the same person. No. And moreover, the person of the 30 generation, he will not be elip. This provision is being made with the objective that the person who are elip, so after 3 generation, 4 generation, whether it is possible to have any husband and wife of 4th or 5th generation, this is not possible. So this is mere fictitious. That's why this provision is being made, that one is not allowed to marry with the husband or the wife of lineal ascendant or descendant. So is it possible that any person who is of the 6th generation, 7th generation, 8th generation, 5th generation, is it possible that he is alive along with his son or the daughter? Lifespan is only 80 to 100 years. Normal. So is it possible that a person has the life of 200 years? And his husband or wife, he should have also the life of the 200 and 300 years? Answer is naturally no. When the answer is no, then really it means that No, it is not possible to marry with the sister. I am also coming on that point. So right now the second prohibition which is laid down under this 3G, that one is not allowed to marry the husband or the wife of lineal ascendant or lineal descendant. Lineal ascendant means father, grandfather, great grandfather, so on and so forth. Prohibition is that one cannot allow to marry the wife of the father, grandfather, great grandfather, so on and so forth. Similarly also, one is also not allowed to marry with the husband of mother, grandmother, great grandmother, whatever that may be. Similarly also I am coming in the lower side. Here the lower side, it means descendant. Sons and daughters, they are in the lower side, they are the descendant. So one is not allowed to marry in the lower side is the side of the descendant. No one is allowed to marry. Lower side, the first example is the son, grandson, great grandson, great grandson, so on and so forth. So it is not possible for any person to marry with the wives of these persons. Similarly also in lower line, in descending line, we have also the daughter, granddaughter, great granddaughter. So it is not possible for any mother to marry with the husband of the daughter, granddaughter, great granddaughter, great granddaughter, so on and so forth. The rationale behind, I will explain the rationale behind, it will explain later on, because I want to discuss privated relationship and subordinate, then I will tell what is the rationale, what is the reason behind this prohibition. So second one also clear. The third one, there are certain relationships where also the
ये कहाँ हो गया? आवाज आना अचानक बंद। अचानक आवाज आना बंद क्या हो गया भाई?
naturally also mother's brother. Mother's brother means here mama. wife, it is not possible to marry. Mother's brother. I am coming the another line. What is written? Grandfather's brother and grandfather's mother. Grandfather's brother and grandmother's brother. Grandfather means, here grandfather means including both paternal and maternal. Paternal means grandfather, that means बाबा का भाई, उसकी पत्नी से शादी नहीं हो सकती. You cannot marry with the wife of grandfather's brother. Similarly, also in the maternal line, grandfather means nana. Now it is not possible to marry with the brothers of nana's wife. So it is not possible to marry with the nana's brother's wife. It is also being under the prohibited degree of relationship. Now you can proceed further. Grandmother's brother's wife. Grandmother means this is dadi. दादी के भाई से marriage it is not possible. उसकी wife से, दादी की भाई के wife से marriage it is not possible. So this is the third degree of prohibited relationship, where marriage is not possible with the wife of certain persons. Who are these person? Wife of brother, wife of father's brother, wife of mother's brother, wife of grandfather's brother, wife of grandmother's brother. So it is being prohibited here. Fourth and the last, here certain relations they are not allowed to marry. What are these relations? Brother and sister. One person was asking that whether brother and sister can marry. Now here it comes under the prohibited degree of relationship. And when they are coming under the prohibited degree of relationship, then the marriage is not possible between sister. Similarly, also in uncle and niece, marriage is not possible. Uncle and niece. Here uncle, whether it is narrow or it is a wider one. Here the meaning is wider. Uncle and niece, it includes the chacha and bhatiji. Uncle and niece, it also includes the mama and bhanji. So you should be clear in your mind that the uncle and niece, it is not confining only with the chacha and bhatiji, but also include the mama and bhanji. They cannot marry. Similarly, also aunt and nephew. Aunt means chachi, nephew means bhatija. चाची और भतीजे से भी नहीं मैरिज संभव है. Aunt means mommy and means also the भांजा. It is not possible to marry. मामी और भांजे से भी शादी नहीं संभव है. Auntie also include बुआ. So therefore the marriage is not possible with the बुआ and bhatija. It is not possible to marry. These are being actually prohibited. So here prohibition is made under this category: brother and sister, uncle and aunt, uncle and niece, aunt and nephew. Apart from that, children of brothers and sister. If the two children are brother and sister, it is not possible to marry. Similarly, also the children of the two brothers and children of the two sisters, they also not allowed to marry. This is the prohibited degree of relationship. And here, it is very clear that marriage is not possible amongst them. What is the rationale behind this? Rationale is that these actually, I have pointed out, I will also explain in second relationship, blood of the same particles. So these are the close relations. They are carrying the same blood particles. And this is also scientifically proved that there are certain diseases which are actually in a dormant state when the blood group is different. But when the blood group will be the same, then that disease will precipitate. So this is the rationale behind this. Scientifically, it has also been proved that there are certain diseases, if they are traveling in the different blood, they are not coming out in the body of particular person. But when they are coming in the same group blood, these diseases will come out in the body of that particular person. That's why here it is prohibited that these relations should not allow to marry. Now, any question from any side, because this is very technical one. If any person not getting anything, please tell me.
सर 2G में जो पहला क्लॉज है जिसमें लिखा हुआ है लीनियर असेंडेंट, सर सेकंड क्लॉज में भी लीनियर असेंडेंट की चर्चा की गई है.
But difference is, in the first clause is written that no person with the lineal ascendant, and in the second clause it is written that no person allowed to marry with the husband or wife of lineal ascendant or descendant. This is the difference. You cannot marry with the lineal ascendant. You cannot also marry with the wife or husband of the lineal ascendant and descendant. This is the difference. Any more question? Any more question?
The pardon. I can't understand the first and second. What you declared?
Okay, different. So far as the class 1 is concerned, it is being prohibiting. It is prohibiting the marriage with the lineal ascendant directly. Daughter cannot marry with the father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great and great-grandfather. This is the first. And what the second clause is saying, daughter is not also allowed to marry with the husband of the mother, with the husband of the grandmother, with the husband of the great-grandmother, so on so forth.
तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जो G1 है वो embedded है second में.
No, it is not embedded. Both are different. The first is very clear. It is prohibiting lineal ascendant. It is not embedded. One is prohibited not to marry with the lineal ascendant. And in the second class, here prohibition not for marriage of lineal ascendant. Prohibition is regarding the marriage of the wife of the lineal ascendant, wife of the lineal descendant, husband of the lineal ascendant, husband of the lineal descendant. Both are different. It is not immediate. Are you getting?
Yes.
Any other question?
Sir, in fourth clause, aunt and nephew, is it wider one or narrower one?
I am not getting your question.
In fourth clause of section 3G, aunt and nephew.
Okay, it is wider. It is not narrower. Aunt and nephew means aunt is chachi, nephew means bhatija. It is also including mama and bhanja. It is also including bua and bhatija.
Sir, bua or bhatija, suppose one wants to marry with the daughter of his.
If the custom allows, then they can marry. Otherwise, it is prohibited. And if they are marrying, then marriage will be violated.
Suppose sir, one wants to marry with the daughter of his grandmother's sister. Then
I am coming on that very point. Actually, you are asking the question on the subint relationship. I am coming on that subin relationship. But right now, I am only explaining the privated degree of relationship.
Okay, sir.
Privated degree of relationship, it is counted one. It is very much counted, specified. And subin relationship, it is not specified. It is very wider. What is the subin relationship?
Okay, sir.
We can explain later on. Any more?
सर
I proceed to another.
सर वन क्वेश्चन सर 2G सर G का क्लॉज 4 जो है सर उसमें लास्ट में लिखा 2 ब्रदर और 2 सिस्टर सर इट मींस
Children of two brothers and sisters. Children, brother and sister, they are not allowed. Apart from that, children of the brother and sister, they are not allowed. Children of two brothers, दो भाई के बच्चे हैं, एक लड़का एक लड़की है, they also cannot marry. Children of the two sisters, मौसी के लड़के और लड़की, they cannot marry.
What if customs prevails about this?
Custom, if there is a custom prevailing in each parties and that custom allows the marriage, then the marriage may be solemnized and marriage may be treated as a valid one. And I can give one relationship here, particularly in the south.
Yes.
The marriage with mama's daughter, it has been allowed. In south, particularly in Andhra Pradesh, the marriage with the daughter of the mama, it is allowed.
Sir, if the marriage is void, then can there be any punishment on basis of such marriage?
No. Here punishment is also given. If you go through their provisions, section 17, I have pointed out this is relating to the punishment of bigamy. And section 18, go through that. Fourth
Okay, sir.
and fifth also is discussed very well. Here punishment is simple imprisonment, may extend to 1 month, or the fine which may extend to 1,000 rupees or both for violation of so here punishment is also been specified under section 18 and clause is B. Now I may proceed to further so far as the subin relationship. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. And the cost.
Now, so far as the subin relationship is concerned, here the marriage is being prohibited. What is meaning of subin relationship? Actually, two theories are being for explaining the subin relationship. One theory is that is called as oblation theory. Another theory is it is called as blood of the same particle. The blood of the same particle, this theory is actually laid down by Vigyaneshwar. Before that, there was theory of the oblation. Oblation means religious oblation. What is meaning of the religious oblation? Dharmic love. Here every Hindu in a particular month, he is offering religious benefit to his ancestors. Religious benefit. How the religious benefit has been offering? I think that all of you are knowing well. There is a special Pach, a special fortnight. This is called as Pitra Pach. In Pitra Pach, actually, it is obligatory for Hindus that they should offer Pindadan. Pindadan to whom? Pindadan to ancestors. So this is the oblation theory. What oblation? Oblation means this is the benefit which is given, religious benefit is given. So the person to whom you are giving the religious benefit, you cannot marry with that person's and descendant of that person. So this is the oblation, religious oblation. This is the dharmic law, religious efficacy. What is mean by this religious efficacy or religious oblation? Here it is mean that every Hindu is bound to offer the Pindadan. Pindadan means this is the offering which is made to the ancestors. How? A ball has been offered. This ball is actually made of either barley or by rice. In South, mostly rice has been used, but in North, mostly the barley manjo. This has been made of that, and the ball is being offered. This is called as pind. After that, water has also been offered. After that, certain rice, a few quantity of rice, they are also being offered. The whole process is called as the Pindadan. You are also offering the pind, you are also offering the water, you are also offering the achat. This is called as achat. Rice, few grains of rice, this is also being offered. Presumption or the philosophy is, what presumption, this is the philosophy, better to say. Philosophy is that what we are offering here, the benefit will go to the ancestors. Now the question is, how long the benefit will go? So here the benefit will go in the father's line up to the 3 generation. Up to the 3 generation, the benefit of the whole pind will go. 3 generation means father, grandfather, great-grandfather. Up to 3 generation, the benefit of the whole pind will go. And from mother's line, up to the 2 generation, the benefit will go. 2 generation means mother and mother's father. Means mother and the nana, up to that this benefit will go. This benefit will be for whole pind, whole ball. Now after that, the benefit will go to the half ball or the pind ka labh, where it will reach. After the 3rd generation, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, after that, up to the 6th generation. 6th generation means great-grandfather and so on and so forth up to 6th generation. The benefit will go up to 6th generation in father line. In mother line, the benefit will go up to the 4th generation. 4th means this is half benefit they will get. Up to the 2 full benefit up to nana. But so far as the per nana and also per nana, the benefit will go only to the half. So this is called as a religious efficacy principle. And by that, it has been propounded that to whom we are offering the Pindadan, we cannot marry the descendant of that person. Now, what is your question, Anand Singh? Any question? No. So that's why here this is called as a religious oblation, religious benefit. And this was prevalent before this Vigyaneshwar. What is the religious benefit? देखिए, there is difference between mother lines and father line, because father line actually it is treated that this is the generation which is continuing. Mother line is only having the limited benefit. That's why it is being narrowed down. That's why the difference is being made from father's line and mother's line. Now, what is the difference between half benefit, half ball and full benefit? Full ball benefit means the whole benefit of pin they will get. And the half ball benefit means half benefit they will get. So this is the difference. Up to certain line, the whole benefit will go, and after that, half benefit will go. Now, after this Sapin relationship, another Sapin theory also came out. This theory actually laid down by Vigyaneshwar. And this theory is different than the ovulation theory. Vigyaneshwar has pointed out that there are certain persons who are carrying the same blood particles. Persons who are sapient, they have the same blood particles. And since they have same blood particles, therefore, the marriage is not possible amongst them. Marriage is not possible amongst them. Vigyaneshwar has pointed out who are the person carrying the same blood particles. Here in the father's line up to the 7th generation. And in mother's line up to the 5th generation. 7th generation means including the person who is offering the pin. The person who is offering the pin is also included. And 7th generation he is included means up to the 6th generation in father's line. Father's line, the same theory is the same. If you apply the theory is the same, there is no difference. The 6th line, which is provided in ovulation theory, this 6th line excluding the person who was offering the pindadan. Here 7th line, the person from which we are starting the count is also included. More or less 7th generation is the same as the 6th generation. Similarly, also towards the mother's line. Towards the mother's line, here the theory is up to the 5th generation. 5th generation including the person who is going to marry. And in ovulation theory, the person who was offering the pind, he was excluded. So that's why up to the 4th, it was prescribed. But blood particles up to the 5th generation. Up to the 5th generation means here that person included. So more or less, the counting, if you are counting, the counting will be the same. There will be no difference in the religious ovulation theory and in the blood of the same particle. There is no difference at all. Now, if you go through the Bayer Act, particularly in relation to the Sapin relation, it has a 2 clause. This is a 3F. What is written in Sapin relationship? Sapin relationship with reference to any person extend as far as 3rd generation in the line of ascent through mother and 5th generation in the line of ascent through father. It means what? It means actually Hindu Marriage Act, it has reduced the Vigyaneshwar and ovulation theory both. In Vigyaneshwar theory, Father's line was up to the 7th. It has been reduced up to the 5. Mother line was up to the 5. It is reduced up to the 3rd generation. So now under the Hindu Marriage Act, if you go through the provision of 3F, you will get this information that here the supine relationship, it extends from father's line up to the 5 and from mother's line up to the 3. So this is reduced in comparison to others. It is being reduced. Now that is also very important. Now what is written? The line being traced upward in each case from the person concerned who is counted as a first generation. वो साफ लिखा हुआ है. It is very clearly written. The person is also included who wants to marry. After including that person, we count up to the 5 from father's line. Including that, we also count from the mother's line. The second part, what is written? In the second part, it is written 2 persons are said to be supined with each other if one is a lineal ascendant of the other within the limit of supine relationship, or if they are having the common ascendant who is within the limits of supine relationship with reference to each of them. What does it mean? It means it has a 2 part. The first part is saying one shall not be allowed to marry with the lineal ascendant. Lineal ascendant means 5 lines from father and 3 lines from the mother. Apart from that, second part is also being clear here. And one can also not allow to marry with the limit of that. It means that with the descendant of these person who are coming in the 5 line and 3 line. So you are not allowed to marry with your father's father's son and father's daughter. Similarly, also grandfather's son and grandfather's daughter. Great-grandfather's daughter and great-grandfather's son. Up to the 5 line, you cannot marry. They are coming in the supine relationship. So up to the 5 generation from father and up to the 3 generation, similarly also here in mother line, one is not allowed to marry with the son and daughter of the same mother. With the son and daughter of the Nana, one cannot allow to marry. It means it is not possible with the mama or mosi. It is not at all possible to marry. Because they are coming within the limit which is prescribed here. So this is very technical issue which I am putting before you. If you are able to understand, this is well and good. And if you are not able to understand, then I think that you cannot understand not only in relation to marriage but in relation to succession also. Because sapindi is also apply in relation to succession, inheritance. Therefore, it is very essential that I will explain you that what is the meaning of this sapin relationship. The meaning is very clear. You cannot marry with those persons which are directly coming in sapin relationship. Coming directly sapin relationship up to 5 generation into father, up to the 3 generation into mother, you cannot marry. And you will also not allow to marry with the son and daughters of these up to the 5 generation from father line and 3 generation up to the mother line. You are not allowed to marry. Are you getting? No. Any other person? Praveen Singh. So this is very important here. to understand it, because by that subpind relation we can explain that who are the person to whom you cannot marry. So towards the father line, you will not be allowed to marry not only the direct ascendant, but their sons and daughters also. This is very important. So we are always counting on both the side, mother side and the father side.
सर क्लास 3 का सेक्शन एफ का जो दूसरा क्लॉज है उसको एक बार बता दीजिए।
देखिए दूसरे क्लास में दो पार्ट है। पहला पार्ट क्या कहता है कि कोई भी व्यक्ति अपने पूर्वजों, जो उनके सीधे 5 लाइन में पूर्वज आ रहे हैं फादर की तरफ से, और सीधे जो पूर्वज 3 लाइन में आ रहे हैं मदर की तरफ से, इनसे वो मैरिज नहीं कर सकता है। ठीक है, ये पहला पार्ट हुआ उसका, यानी जो सीधे सपिंड आपके हैं उनसे विवाह नहीं हो सकता। लेकिन उतना ही नहीं, इसका सेकंड पार्ट क्या कहता है? इसका सेकंड पार्ट कहता है कि इनके बच्चों से भी आपका विवाह नहीं हो सकता। क्यों? वो भी तो वही ब्लड कंटेन कर रहे हैं। तो अगर कॉमन एंसेस्टर इनमें कोई भी 5वीं लाइन में निकलता है फादर की तरफ, और कॉमन एंसेस्टर इधर तीसरी लाइन की तरफ में निकलता है, इनसे आपकी मैरिज नहीं हो सकती। तो कॉमन एंसेस्टर अगर निकल गया 5 में से कोई एक, then it is not possible to marry. Tell me, प्रकाश यादव।
समझ गया सर, थैंक यू।
Any other person? Actually, I want to draw some sketch and to explain that how it will work. But today time is over. So tomorrow I shall try my best to sketch out that whether the marriage is possible with the mother, mama's daughter. क्यों भाई, मामा की लड़की से विवाह संभव है? Is it possible?
नहीं, नो
नो सर।
Why?
सर वो तो पॉजिटिव रिलेशनशिप में सर बता रहा ना कि कैनॉट मैरिज।
हाँ, लेकिन ये सेपरेट रिलेशनशिप में भी आएगा। It is also coming in the separate relationship. कोई रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है सर कल छुट्टी है? छुट्टी नहीं है, छुट्टी है। असल में सैटरडे तो मैं वैसे भी ऑफ रखता हूँ, तो बेटर है कि कल क्लास कर लिया जाए, सैटरडे तो ऑफ रहता ही है। क्यों भाई?
सर
कोई अभी कुछ रेस किए थे कि कल सर 2 अक्टूबर है तो छुट्टी है।
नो इशू सर, यू कैन एंगेज योर क्लास टुमारो।
Tomorrow we can engage, Saturday I will put the off because it is very important. लेकिन सवाल ये है कि मैं स्केच अगर ड्रा करूं तो आप लोगों को दिखेगा कैसे?
सर एक्चुअली यू कैन मेल स्केच मेल कर देते हैं हम लोग, उसको प्रिंट आउट करके अपना आपको उसको एक एक फिगर 1 फिगर 2 आप बताते हैं, हम लोग यहाँ पे देख के चलते हैं अपना प्रिंट आउट निकाल के। दैट मस्ट बी बेटर आइडिया।
चलिए करते हैं।
उसको तो आप लोग करके मेल कर देंगे, जो भी स्टूडेंट लोग ले लेंगे, फिर आप उसको सिर्फ फिगर 1 करके बता देते रहेंगे, हम ड्रॉ कर लेंगे अपने हिसाब से भी।
हाँ, ये कह रहे हैं लोग, कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं कि स्क्रीन पर आप जो शेयर कर सकते हैं।
ड्रॉ कैसे करेंगे?
हाँ, स्क्रीन पे ड्रा तो नहीं किया जा सकता है, लेकिन कागज ड्रा करके आपको स्क्रीन पे तो दिखाया जा सकता है।
यस सर, यस सर। बट अगर वैसे मेल कर देंगे तो हम लोग के पास भी रहेगा, तो हम लोग इजीली उसको अंडरस्टैंड हो जाएगा।
या उसको तो आप प्रिजर्व कर ही सकते हैं।
यस सर,
उसको तो आप प्रिजर्व कर ही सकते हैं। इट इज वेरी वेल, इट कैन बी प्रिजर्व्ड। क्योंकि मैं ये कागज जो है, आप लोगों को दिख रहा है? ये
नॉट
नहीं दिख रहा।
not clearly visible.
Right now,
Yes, कुछ नहीं दिखा सर, सब धुंधला धुंधला है.
पिक्चर क्वालिटी
वही-
का आप नहीं
सर वही सर सही रहेगा, आप मेल you have
क्लियरली नहीं दिखता है, सर.
so that will be easy for us. You have to mail, then we will consider it like you are showing on the screen.
लेकिन मेल पर तो ड्रॉ बड़ा मुश्किल है ना.
नहीं सर, आप उसको पेज पे ड्रॉ करके आप फोटो क्लिक करके अपने सेक्शन से मेल कर दीजिए. We will take from their side.
चलिए देखते हैं. I will see.
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
Because when I am sketching and explaining, both are required. तब आपकी काउंटिंग हो जाएगी कि किधर से किधर आप जाएंगे. चलिए सर देखते हैं. tomorrow I will.